Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. You're welcome to yet another edition of our program, Right on Point. If you are there watching the program today, you are right on point. I am your host, Ferdy Waingeh, for this edition of the program today. We are receiving as guest a young, innovative, creative Cameroonian youth who's been excelling, doing big, impacting Cameroon positively in the area of renewable energy. He's the co-founder of TEG Ltd. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Mr. Chris NUH. Mr. Chris NUH, you're welcome to this edition of the program.
Thank you, Ferdy.
We are glad to have you. It is rare to have people of your caliber on set. For you to be here today, we know you have left a lot of things behind to be here today. So the people who are watching would like to know who the gentleman they're going to be listening to is.
Thank you once again for bringing me to this program, and I'm grateful that you could bring me up to share some ideas to the young people in Cameroon and the world as at large. So, who is Chris NUH? Chris NUH is it's a young man who grew up in the suburbs of Com. He's a family man. He's a co-founder of TEG Ltd, and he's an engineer, a teacher, and a philanthropist.
Mr. Chris NUH is an engineer, a teacher, and a philanthropist. You carry three heavy titles. That's the reason why I said to have him on the program like this is not given to any kind of show. So credit to the Right on Point team, and of course you are going to be impacted so powerfully. Don't go away. We are going to be right back for you to know more about our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back. And of course, like I told you, we are receiving Mr. Chris NUH. He's the co-founder of TEG Ltd. He's on this edition of the program today to encourage young Cameroonians to vie into the area of renewable energy, which is one of the very important assets that the world is making use of at this moment. Mr. Chris NUH, to welcome you back. You are the co-founder of TEG Ltd. Can you tell us a little about TEG Ltd? We're talking about the company, the background information, when was it created, and stuff.
Thank you. The TEG Ltd stands for the TEG Engineering Group. The company was founded in 2010, and we finally registered to be legal in Cameroon in 2015. So TEG Ltd deals with renewable energy, construction, electrical engineering, and then we do import and export too. So TEG Ltd in the area of renewable energy, we have products like solar energy, biogas, and those are our two main products. So we do domestic biogas projects, industrial biogas projects, and then we do industrial solar electrification systems and domestic solar electrification systems. Yeah, so basically those are our main products.
Now, when you talk about solar energy and making use of solar energy in today's society, what does that mean? Because those who are watching should have an in-depth knowledge of what solar energy is.
Yeah, so when we say solar energy, it's in the basic terms of those of us who have done geography, we know that solar comes from the sun. So solar energy is a technology where we use solar panels to pull the rays from the sun and then convert it to electrical energy and then power the home. To power the basic appliances of the home right up to industrial appliances.
Now, because when you talked about renewable energy and you talked about your two products, you talked of solar energy, you talked of biogas. Myself, talking to you, I limited my knowledge to the area of solar energy. Yeah. Now, can you give us an explanation of what biogas is all about?
Okay, biogas is a process where biodegradable compounds are transformed to produce methane, which is a very dangerous gas to the environment. So methane, which is dangerous to the environment, it's trapped in a system which we call the biogas plant, and then we now burn it to use as cooking fuel in the house, which in turn now transform to carbon dioxide, which can be absorbed by plants around. So we see that it is no more dangerous to our environment because it's one of the most dangerous substances which destroys the ozone layer.
Wonderful. And now, so what are some of the importance? Now, we are looking at Cameroon at this point.
Yep.
We're having a lot of power problems in the country, a lot of issues in the north, in the south, in the east. There's a national cry for the Cameroon government to do something in the area of power that we lack. At the National Assembly the other day, we had an honorable minister talk about what the government is planning to do, but there was a parliamentarian that came up to say, this is the same story every day. What are the changes that you're bringing? Now, TEG Limited has been impacting the country for years now. What is it that TEG Limited is bringing to impact the Cameroonian society?
Thank you. So TEG Limited has been into so many projects which involves individual home electrification systems.
Okay.
There are so many people who are buying into the idea of installing solar panels in their homes. And so we have been gradually entering the market. It's challenging though.
Yeah,
but
like always.
We are trying to penetrate. But and then on the part of the government, I think the government also has been trying on its part. There was this project, and I think it's still ongoing and almost at the completion stage, where the Ministry of Mines had to install solar panels in about 100 and in above 161 localities in Cameroon, in villages, of a power of about 80 kilowatt, which means it powers the whole village.
Yeah.
And TEG Limited was privileged to be one of the companies that was involved as a subcontractor for this project. Yeah, and we had about 6 localities to electrify, and I think the government also is trying on that part. We can also see that the government is investing in hydroelectric plants, and I think that is one. Hydroelectric is one of the renewable energy source, because you don't destroy the environment that much to generate electricity.
Now let's put government out of this story. Let's put government out of this story. Let's talk TEG Limited and what TEG Limited has been able to do, because we want other young people who want to vie into the sector to be able to do so. What should they look up to when it comes to TEG Limited that should encourage them to equally come into this sector?
TEG Limited has been involved in installing so many localities where the normal grid we have cannot reach. So we have had to get into villages, to communities, and then talk with them, get their potentials, their resources, like their potential in solar energy, their potentials in hydro. We've been able to get to those communities and talk with them. And there are some communities that are actually buying into the technologies, and they are mobilizing funds to see that they could get one or two systems, either the hydro or the solar, to see that it drives, it pulls their community going as far as energy is concerned.
All right. Now, in the space of Cameroon, which is where your company operates, which regions have you been able to touch so far? Have you been able to touch all the 10 regions, 2 or 3?
So far, we have been able to touch mostly the northwest region and the southwest region. So right now, we are penetrating into the other regions, the other 8 regions of the country, and most people are individuals who are buying into that, and they are happy with our products. Now,
with all these good stories, you have been able to reach villages, you have been able to provide them with power through renewable energy. Now, this has not gone without hitches, definitely, because in Cameroon it's difficult to set up projects like what you are doing, which is a young business pushing in. Now, what are some of the difficulties that you have encountered so far, and how have you been able to overcome those difficulties to still be in the market?
So one of the difficulties and the most essential is acceptance. The people are not ready to accept such an alternative to what the normal national grid company is giving us. And then another thing is also the finance. We know importing renewable energy products in Cameroon is still very expensive. So when you see the initial investment cost of having a plant that can power your whole home, you see at times it looks higher, but in the long run, what I always make them understand is that in the long run, you discover that you have the cheapest solution. Yeah,
because I have met people who say they prefer to pay 500 francs every month to the company that's in charge of power as far as state institution is concerned, than to go for renewable sources like installing solar panels that might cost up to millions. Now, what do you have to tell those people who have that type of mentality?
With with those people, what I would say is they are thinking poorly because what we have a very short, we have a very low energy supply, very small energy supply in Cameroon.
They are watching you.
Yeah, okay. So there are always we have outages. We should not be surprised that as we are sitting in here in the studio, we can suddenly discover that we're in darkness. We should not be surprised. But I know that there is backup. There is also backup, solar backup here. So I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
So what I would say is that it is difficult for you to be in your home and then suddenly you are in darkness for close to about 8 hours, for close to about 24 hours. Sometimes it goes over to a week,
to a month, like in the Northwest right now.
So you see, so you understand. So now you are for a month without energy. You have things that you've stocked up in your computer. You're supposed to use your computer. You're supposed to charge your phones. You're supposed to, maybe your fridges are full with food. You're supposed to consume because you cannot stock them anymore. So I think we should not think that way. We should invest in renewable energy and we will see the benefits of it.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, you're watching Right on Point. And on this edition of the program today, we're receiving Chris NUH. He's the co-founder of TEG Ltd. He's talking to us about renewable energy and how important it is for the Cameroonian society. We're going to be taking you for this slideshow. This slideshow is going to be showing you the work that I've been able to do so far. And of course, you're going to have an appraisal of your work, and we will be right back. Don't go away.
FreeIntromusic.com layout track. This is a demo sound of FreeIntromusic.com. FreeIntromusic.com layout track.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to the last segment of our program. If you're just joining us, we are receiving as guest Mr. Chris NUH. He is the co-founder of TEG Ltd, a renewable energy company in Cameroon that has been doing a lot to impact society and to impact communities that run short of power supplied by other companies in the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, once again, you're welcome. Back to you, our guest, Mr. Chris. We are talking about renewable energy, and it is always a myth in Africa, in Cameroon, when new things come. And of course, those challenges, you have named some of them. Now, to overcome this, how should people overcome the fear? Why should they overcome the fear? How reliable is renewable energy?
Okay, I know people have that fear always. That's the same thing with receiving a new thing in a community. That's the same thing as how we received education. That's how we received. And I believe with time, as time goes by, they have been seeing the results of renewable energy, and I think they have been seeing how reliable it is. You see that the one-time investment you make in renewable energy, and then within the long run, you discover that the cost you invested, like let's say you used like 500,000 francs, you have a system that powers the whole of your house.
They should really get this. They should really get this
information.
information.
A system that powers the whole of your home, and then TEG Ltd gives you a warranty period of 2 years for your system. That within that period, any problem with your system, TEG Ltd replaces it. So that's to prove to you that the system is very reliable in such a way that we are giving you with confidence. So many people are those that will give you something and just tell you that your guarantee is 3 months. That's because they are afraid. But with renewable energy that TEG is offering to you, we give you a guarantee period of 24 months, which gives you that confidence. And most of the times, within the 24 months, we never receive a call from most of our clients. So that is to tell you how the quality of products we give out in the market, and how reliable this energy is. And then another thing about the reliability of this energy is that you have a sun in especially in our country, we have sun all around. Yeah, and the technology in solar panels these days is in such a way that as soon as we have daylight, we begin to have already energy. We must not have sun the whole day to have the solar panels convert light to energy.
Yeah.
So as soon as we have daylight, the panels of nowadays starts.
They begin to eat.
Yeah. So
Right.
and the technology has really improved a lot in such a way that we have equipment that can last for over 30 to 50 years. We have panels that can last for 30 to 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you see the reason why you should rely on renewable energy. Renewable energy is reliable. It's reliable, and more especially with TEG Ltd, that the company that has been working already in Cameroon and impacting society. And like he said, those who have used their services will definitely be coming back for more and encouraging others to do same.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so many young people in Cameroon are engaging into this. You who has been there already, should they do that? Or they should wait and come after?
This is the time when the Cameroon population is embracing this technology.
Technology, yeah.
I would advise any youth that is ready to get into this to at once get into it, because people are disappointed with energy being supplied by the national grid.
Yeah.
And so they tend now to get into renewable energy, and the demand is high, while TEG alone and a few other companies will not be able to supply all what is being demanded. So I am advising every youth to get into it. But before you get into it, know that there are also challenges. TEG did not get to this point by just riding in a very good ride. We have tough rides too. So you will receive rejection. You will have problems, even at the level of clients who tell you that we cannot do this. So you come install it, and then when I see how it functions, and I will then pay you.
Yes.
After
We'll try first.
And then I will give you back your money after a period of time. So engage into it. The demand is there. Every day, batteries, panels, inverters, charge controllers are entering into the Cameroon market, and they have been used up.
Yeah.
At times you get to suppliers in Douala, Yaoundé, you discover that they tell you everything is finished. Please come back in 2 weeks while we receive another consignment of our container which is in the sea. So meaning that the demand is high. Venture into it and you will never regret.
All right, young Cameroonians have heard. Those who want to venture into the field of renewable energy, do that. Do venture into it. But nevertheless, always put it at the back of your mind that the challenges are enormous. And if you want to start something and you are afraid of challenges, know that you're not going to do anything in your life. So I know you started, you knew that the challenges were there, but you went ahead to start it. And today you are doing great. I'm sure nobody should doubt. If those watching us should look at the co-founder, they know that directly that there is something great coming out of that. So always do venture into startups. They come with their difficulties, but once you overcome those difficulties, now you'll be the Jeff Bezos of our times, the Elon Musk and stuff. They always start somewhere.
Yes.
All right. So before we go to the last part, the very, very last part of our program, there is something I want to talk with you, which is not about renewable energy, but which is about your past activities in the area of teaching. You have been a leader with Boasters, which is a Boyo Students Association. You had to lead them for some period of time, and of course, you have been engaging in developmental activities, engaging in impacting and influencing communities positively. So we will be right back for you to talk to those viewing us about that. So we will be right back.
Begin to cry yo instead for Papa. As I'm saying, now what you de cry yo. Begin to cry yo. Papa de vex oh, my country people oh, now who side we de go hey. Don't miss it. the Com community especially. Please come along with your friends and let's discover this young group called Nambo. See.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we take you through to the last segment of our program. You have heard from our guests what we should do exactly about the issue of renewable energy. Venture into it if you want to do it as a business. Use it if you want your home to have power and energy all the time.
Right.
And TEG Limited is the perfect solution. The co-founder has told you himself right here, and you can always come back to him to say you set this override on point if he fails you, and I know he won't. So I want to take you back memory lane to those old days. You were a teacher. Tell us a little bit about teaching. Do you still teach today?
You know, they say once a teacher, always a teacher. Yeah, I was a teacher actually, and I'm still a teacher, but not as a teacher with the public service. I know so many youths will be surprised to hear that.
Somebody was in the public service and left.
Public service and they had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teacher. At least I saved the government. I saved some youths. I've taught in the GTHS Ngaundere. I've taught in GTHS Bamenda. I've taught in GTHS Gwen before I finally dropped the chalk. But I think I'm still using the chalk in another way, and I'm still teaching so many other youths, even in TEG Limited. I have had to train many youths in renewable energy who are also excelling so well in the field today. And anywhere I go, it's always about teaching.
All right.
Yes.
So, like you said, I know so many Cameroonian youths will be like, somebody teach for GTHS. And Gaudere teach for GTHS, but when I leave teaching, because if you're teaching at that level, it means that you're already a big teacher. But now you're still teaching all the same. So it was interesting getting that. This is to say that you can always swap just to save the nation, because you're still in service, serving the nation in another area. Now, we come back to Boasters. You have been the leader of Boasters. Boasters president, I'm sure.
Yeah, national president for Boasters, branch president for Boasters.
National president, that's the highest. We talk about that one. What were some of the striking moments, or the moments that you were like, I'm happy to be the president of Boasters?
Wow. So my memories of Boasters are always great. Coming up as that young man and then taking a great association like Boasters to where it was. When I came in as the president of Boasters was really, I think it was struggling. I did not do it alone. We had many youths, many students that came together, and we said, no, we have to really put ourselves together and do something great for our community back home and for our young ones who are growing up, who are coming up. So I was the national president for Boasters, and I led the association. And within the time, I also had so many great men and women who were behind me, who were also working with me as a team. And we had great projects, the Reference Center, the Boasters website, the Boasters logos, the Boasters Constitution. So, and we also had projects that brought together, created branches in other universities. And when I left, when I allowed the leadership, not leaving Boasters, because even till date, I'm still there. I allowed the association in the hands of great men and women, and till date, we still have them running. We have great men and women like the Prudence Banginu, we had Sue Bless, we had Chair Elvis, we had people like Ngam JC in Douala, we had so many great men and women, Odilia in Oya, so I can still remember those names, even though it's way back.
If we, and the way I see it, we're to leave you to talk about Boasters,
we will just
it will be till tomorrow.
So just to tell you how
you're passionate about it.
The passion I have for the group, and the love I still have for the association till date.
Wow. All right, so all the youth from Boyo, your former president, Kumemba, is still calling on you to join the group. Not so. They should join the group. It's a great group. If you see him talking, he's talking with a lot of passion. He's so intimate, and he's looking at the memory lane, taking time, going back memory lane, still getting the names and figures and the projects they were able to execute. This is so marvelous. It's to show you that he did a great job there. We don't bring any kind of person to right on point. With the people we bring here, they are always right on point. Now, community engagement. You know, in leadership, you cannot work in places like this and you don't engage in community work, volunteerism, supporting initiatives and stuff. So how did you do that? What are some of the activities you're carrying out in community that you know and believe that today they are impacting community?
Before even we came up with TEG Ltd, we started with an NGO, which is today like a foundation, Center for Renewable Energy and Ecosystem Improvement, and we impacted communities like providing them with solar kits, solar kits for their homes. Those communities without energy, we provided solar kits for their home, and until date, most of those communities are still very happy. Personally, I've been involved in so many community projects, free training for youths. In TEG Ltd, we have trained youths in printing, graphics designing, renewable energy for free.
Okay.
So I think that's just our little that we could and we can give back to our communities.
That's the little they can give back, but the little is always much, because we always say that one life impacted is a million others, because the one you've impacted will impact another one, that will impact another one, that will impact another one. So if you want to count that you've trained 100 people, just be rest assured that you've trained about 1,000 of them till date. All right. So last but not the least, what is your last word to the youths in Cameroon?
What I'll tell the youths in Cameroon is that I know the youths are like fed up. I know most of the youths are fed up, and I myself at one point I was fed up because we see leadership is not giving us enough as youths. But I want to say, being fed up and lying down is not enough. When you're fed up, you can get up, you can do it as a youth. Many are doing it. Why not you? Many are doing it. Many are doing it and making it here in Cameroon. Why not you? So stand up, make it. Go ahead and you do it.
Many are doing it. Why not you? That is the take-home message from the co-founder of TEG. Many are doing it. Why not you? So why not you? Do it. So if you do it, then you're right on point. And of course, for our teaser questions for our guest today is just to make the last part of our program a little more, interesting, because on this edition of the program, on each edition of the program, we intend to educate, to inform, and then to entertain. So now I want us to do some little bit of entertainment, and I would like everybody watching us to stay focused. The first question in this point is, what is the best moment of your life? The best moment till today?
Best moment of my life?
Yes.
Really, it is a question.
Yes.
I would say the best moment of my life is the moment I found a partner who is today as my wife, and who is today my companion, and who is today with whom today we have 5 great kids.
Wow.
So I think that was the best moment of my life, coming to be the companion who is like a sister to me.
Wow.
And today we are moving in a train together for over 7 years today.
They call woman come now. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Now you are getting it from your husband or live. Millions of people are watching your husband, acclaiming and attesting to the fact that the best moment in his life is the moment about you. So tell us about the worst.
Worst moment?
Worst moment. Oh, you never had one?
Most of the times these moments, they come and they go, and when you already have it in your mind that everything that is happening for you is happening for good. There are times that you will not see even those moments as worst moments.
Wow.
I have had so many moments I could call worst moments.
Yeah.
There have been times I've been down. There have been times I've gone without a job.
Yeah.
There have been times I've gone without food. There have been times my family has gone without food. So I think all those moments, at times you want to feel, oh, the wall, everything your back is against the wall. But suddenly you see a door just opens, and so those,
just like
saying a moment is the worst moment for me. I don't really.
No, you've answered the question so powerfully. I like the way. Now that's how leaders answer questions, so as not to discourage the young people coming up after them. Last but not the least, everybody, do you like music?
I do.
I
do.
do. And I know that you're a promoter and you even manage one of Cameroon's youngest artists upcoming from Com, Marius Kid Flash.
So you have Killy Black.
Killy Black. Wow. Now, what's your best song?
Best song.
Best song. Best song.
You know, best songs go at times.
No, don't use the other angle. Don't use politics. Yeah. What's the best song? I want to get it.
At this point,
my
my best song that is on repeat is Culture by Nambo.
Wow. Now, can you sing a little part of the Nambo? That should be allowed and people should hear you. Sing some little bit of the Nambo. Let's get it. Which one are you taking?
Okay, let me clear my voice and do this. I know it's challenging.
It's very challenging.
But, the Culture by Don Shell and Akams. Na yisam jangaba. Isang janga, isang janga, na isang we dey here for the culture. Na yicham janga ba.
Hey! Yicham janga, yicham janga, we dey here for the culture.
Munchum iba.
Ibua. Alright. If you keep going, we have to use this to encourage all those who are watching right on point at this moment to join us this Saturday at Pyramid Nightclub, Somatel, Biamasi, for the powerful release party of this particular song for the culture that has been trending on all social media platforms. People are enjoying it in the United States, in Europe, all over the world. They're celebrating this song. It's about Nambo. It's the idea of Don Shell and Akams. They are the brains behind this powerful song. And it's going to be happening there in the presence of Com's only prophet in traditional music, the folklore man, Prince Yerima. For Com is coming all the way from Douala for that. You can't afford to miss it. At exactly 7 p.m. Cameroon time, you are going to be joining myself, your MC and co-host of that show, and DJ Awi. We will be there to make it a powerful one. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this edition of the program. Before we go, we have to say thank you once again.
Thank you, too.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. It's a young show, but we are hoping to move to higher heights with you people.
Yeah, you go.
Thank you. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this edition of the program. Stay blessed. Always like, share, and subscribe to our various channels. In that way, you're also pushing us to grow. I want to say special thanks to one of those who has been behind the program today, sponsoring the program and making sure that we go higher and higher. It's no other person but an elder brother to me, Mr. Oliver Ndi, who has traveled all the way from Limbe to be here in Yaoundé to accompany us. I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Subles, the director of the program, George Mwam, I like to call him Mwam, and Mr. Kwaiju Romo, who have been assisting to make this a reality. God bless you. Stay tuned and don't go away. Next time, same time on Friday. I've been Ferdy Waingeh, your host. Have a blessed evening.